Hi, Kat Chancellor here with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am posting my second card in my series for my Sweet Gingerbread projects. You may have seen my Gingerbread House card, and I'll have that link there, but this is a gingerbread shaker card that I made using all the steps that you'll see from my previous video in putting together this card. It's really lovely. It's a cute little shaker card using lots of snow and glitter, and I'll give you some product ideas for how to put that together, and also some retired DSP. Now you're going to need your gingerbread bundle, as well as I'm using some fresh freesia base card. I've got some Whisper White, and this is the retired DSP from the Playful Penguins paper. It was featured last year. You might still have some in your craft room, and if you do, pull that out, because I think this makes a really, really nice project. You'll need some window sheet. I'm also going to be using some dies to cut the opening for our shaker card. Now I'm using the layering oval dies, the largest size, which is about 3.5 by 2 5/8. But there are other dies that are available in the catalog, such as the rectangle dies on page 174 and the deckled rectangles on 170. And I offer all of this information on my PDF that is available on my blog that I will link to. You're also going to need that die, which is going to cut out the little hilltop that we're going to set our little gingerbread house on top of. And I've cut out other pieces. Again, refer to my previous video on how to assemble the cards. This is the foam adhesive strips that we're going to use for putting together our shaker card. They go along the edges. You'll also need some dimensionals, some multi-purpose glue, and some liquid fusion. I am using, I believe that is Highland Heather for my lettering. And there's all my pieces and elements that we cut out from our on the previous video. I'm just throwing in some ribbon that I had in my craft room. This is retired. I think it's like soft seafoam, but it does go really nicely with this paper. So again, coordinate with things that you have in your craft room to put this, use this all these project steps to put it together. Now when you're making a shaker card, you need not only the window sheet and your base card, but you're going to need at least 3 layers, and I kind of show them here. We have our top layer with the Whisper White and or basic white, and then the DSP right there, and those measurements will be on my PDF, but you need that other layer of DSP, which is going to serve as the back of your shaker card. These are the glossy dots, and they are just perfect embellishments for this card. They look like little hard candy pieces that we're going to add to it. Now there are a couple of things that are not available in the catalog, which I'm going to demonstrate. They're ice glitter, which was a retired item that I still had in my craft box. But I would also recommend effervescent elements on page 143, as well as Ranger Distressed Rock Candy or mica flakes that are available at any of your craft stores or online. So let's go ahead and get started putting our card together. I'm using my large Big Shot, or I'm just a force of habit. It's our die cut machine. I have layered the DSP and the basic white, layered them together, and I'm cutting both of them at one time using my cutting machine. This will ensure that I get the nice white edging. The basic white also gives it a little bit more stiffness to your card, and when you do it, the Stampin' Up! Die cut machine is strong enough to go ahead and cut 2 layers of paper. So that's just a useful technique. I'm just using my multi-purpose glue to kind of glue those 2 layers together, and that is how the opening is going to look, and with our background. Now we're going to adhere our the back of our shaker card. This is going to be our background. We're just going to lay that on our base card of fresh freesia, and I'm just lining it up, just making sure that I have the right the opening is centered, and then I'm going to mark it very lightly with a pencil, and I'm going to cut my window sheet to the size that's going to fit inside my opening. I want it at least a half an inch over the size of the opening, because I'm going to use some tear tape to go ahead and line that up. So you want to make sure that you cover that opening well. And I'm just kind of getting my measurements together so I can use my mini cutting machine. So just turn over that front piece, and then I'm going to grab some tear tape. Here I'm using my embossing buddy, and what I'm trying to do is that there's a lot of static electricity. Now, I didn't have this problem as much when I lived in Florida, but now that I've moved to New Mexico, it is so dry here that there's a lot of static electricity, and you'll be able to see even after I do this, there's still a little bit more static electricity. So I run my embossing buddy over my window sheet. You can also use, and I've never tried it, but I'm probably going to have to now that I'm here in New Mexico, is a dryer sheet from your laundry room. So that's another idea. Now I'm going to center my hill, my little snow hill, and my house to make sure that it's centered nicely for my shaker card. And then I'm going to kind of trim to make sure that the hill does not extend beyond my top layer. I'm using the Tombow glue for adhering my hill, and I'm going to get my placement right. And then I'm using my my Fast Fusion liquid glue. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because this glue, if it seeps out, is not tacky. And this is really important when you are doing a shaker card, because you don't want anything tacky seeping out, because you're going to put all that kind of glitter in there. I'm also not using dimensionals for the house or the hill. I want that to be flat, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the little elements up on dimensionals so that those go forward. I'm adding the glossy dots, the smaller of the dots, along the bottom of my gingerbread house. It adds a really nice touch, and it goes well with our other candied elements. You can add more of them if you want, but that's just kind of what I kind of like. There's all the little elements I cut out using my from my previous video. So I'm going to play some music while you just kind of see how I arrange the gumdrops and the lollipops on the on our little image here, and then add our window sheet and our adhesive sheet to, or rather our adhesive strips around the edging. And then I'll join you on the other end. Well, there you go. I love this little shaker card. It's very easy, and I love the colors of this one in particular. And as long as you use your embossing buddy, you can kind of get rid of the static electricity. But there it is. Isn't that cute? Thank you so much for joining me. All products are available on my online store. There'll be a link below. If you go to my blog, you can find out how to get the PDF. If you buy this bundle, you will get the PDF for free if you buy it from me. And if you're a customer, you'll always get my PDFs are free. If you are a demo, please support my channel by liking and sharing, and leave a comment so that I can provide you more content. I would be happy to be your demonstrator. If you don't have one, you can join as a hobbyist for a 20% discount. Consider that. So this is Kat Chancellor, Stamp Art Connection, stampartconnection.com.